will be covered, and definitely bacha, we are going to teach you complete economics in English medium separate classes. So let's begin and let's start. So big start now. Yes bacha, there is something called consumer behavior, approximately 20 marks ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. And I know that you guys are private students ಇದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ. Every day I will be having classes around 7:30, and today I was a little bit late. Guys, definitely we will cover this and we'll finish this. What do you say bacha? How are you? All good? Chalo. Guys, ನೋಡಿ ಇವಾಗ I will go with the English with Kannada, so it's nothing but Kinglish, right? Kanglish, you can say Kanglish. Yeah, reason very simple and very easy. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿನೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ the one language which will be very easy to uh, understand. Correct? ಚಲೋ let's begin now. Yes, guys, ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ದಾಗೂ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, and ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಚಾನಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, and definitely guys, let's start with the theory of consumer behavior, the very important chapter, theory of consumer behavior. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, everything I will be covering here in detail. Not only accounts, economics, I'll cover business study. In the same time, I will be having a live sessions on accounts at 9:30 after this. So get ready. Now, let's begin, my dear student. First and foremost, today we have a very important discussion. The chapter number 1, chapter number 2 it is. Hi Prithvi, how are you, beta? Today, each chapter, this chapter is going to help you. Chalo, I'm back. Let's start now. Chalo. Iga, yes, bacho, this chapter is going to help you how the consumer spend his income to attain maximum satisfaction. Very important. Ille motive, intention ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, consumer whatever the income he has, consumer ದು ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, whatever the income, ಅವ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, how they are going to spend to get maximum satisfaction or utility. ಇಲ್ಲೇ again the question, what is utility ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ, that will come back to the point. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ also study the consumer behaves with limited income and price of various goods restricted to maximum utility. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿ ಬಚ್ಚ, ಏನ್ ಸರದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. assume that there is a consumer here, correct? We have a Prithvi. ಈಗ ಪೃಥ್ವಿ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್, you know how he is going to spend on different goods. Remember this, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಸ್ತು ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, right? Different goods and services, the very important. ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲ, ಇವನಿಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಹೌದಾ? ಎಸ್, ಅಗ್ರೀಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್? ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೃಥ್ವಿದು, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್, ರೈಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. With this income he cannot buy all the goods, agreed? But wherever he is going to spend, he is trying to get maximum satisfaction. Howda illa? So bacho, this chapter study how the consumer spend their income to attain the maximum satisfaction or utility, and this chapter also helps to understand how the consumer behave with limited income and the price of various goods restricted to utility maximization. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆಯಾ, right? Next, I'm going to take you through the concept first. Later on we'll go with the next part. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ? Understood, my dear student? ಚಲೋ, next, budget set. again my dear student, budget set ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬಚ್ಚೋ? ಈಗ I know that consumer is going to spend his income, right? So assume that we have a Prithvi here. ಪೃಥ್ವಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಪೃಥ್ವಿದು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇಸ್ 30,000 ಪರ್ ಮಂತ್. ಆಲ್ರೈಟ್, ದಿಸ್ 30,000 how he is going to spend and what will be the budget? ವೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್, ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನ ಅವನು, ಒಂದು ಬಜೆಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಜೆಟ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಪ್ರೈಸ್, ರೈಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ P1 and P2, ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ X1 and X2, that we are going to study here. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, Prithvi will be spending his income only to the extent of 30,000, not more than that. Yes ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? Prithvi understood ಬೇಡ? ಬೇಗ 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 ಹೇಳಿಪ್ಪ. Is that clear? Is that clear or not? So that is also called as a budget set, right? This chapter study how the consumer spend their income to attain the maximum utility, and also study how the consumer behave with the limited income and price of various goods restricted to his utility. Clear? Clear, my dear student? Prithvi, Sakshi. Next, budget line. Another important, as I told, Prithvi will be spending his income maximum to 30,000. ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಿ, ಎಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೆಟ್ ಅ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್, ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿ, ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, this one I want that this one diagram, 1 second. Okay, here it is. ಈಗ yes, our Prithvi is going to spend the money, correct, right? He is going to spend the money and he is going to set a line, correct. ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಲ್ರೈಟ್. ಆ ಲೈನ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ that should be equals to his income, correct. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಸರ್ ಇದು, ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ಟೂ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಟೂ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆಲ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಆಗುದಿದೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಸರ್ ನೋಡಿ, this one, okay. So guys, he is going to spend his income according to his budget. He's not going to he's not going to spend more than this line. So wherever he is going to spend, he is going to get different combination of the goods, correct. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಸೊ ಕೇಳಿಲೆ, ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇದೆ ಒಂದು, ಓಕೆನಾ. ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಆಲ್ ರೈಟ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್. ನೌ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ assume that consumer is spending on A, B, C, D combinations. Assume that consumer's income is, say for example 100. Example ತಗೋರಿ, he is spending on two goods X and Y, correct. X and Y ಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. Now the question ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, X ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು 10 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, Y ಮೇಲೆ 2, ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 10:2 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ 8 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ X ಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 6 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್, say 4 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ yes Y ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ. That means 8:4, correct, and 6 units and 6 units. So these are the combination that is not going to cross the income. So if you add up these two, ಇದು ಎರಡು ಕೂಡಿಸಿದ ಮ್ಯಾಗೆ, once you add up, your income will be equal. Understood? So that is also the another important line that we will discuss going further, and we will explain that in each and everything in detail ಆಗಿ ಕಲಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್, locus of different combinations. My dear student, here the consumer is spending on different goods in different combinations, right? It is nothing but locus. It is locus of different combination that consumer is spending on different goods with the combination of two products. Is that clear? Is that clear? Two commodity which the consumer consume, whose exactly equals to income. Guys, remember, this is the very important point. Anything the consumer is spending, ಯಾವುದೇ ದುಡ್ಡು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್, ಅದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಮ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಆದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಲೈನ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಬಚ್ಚಾ? ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಕೇಳ್ತಾವೆ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕವರ್ ಇಟ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 80 out of 80 ಬೇಕು, 100% ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಶೂರ್ ದಟ್ you are going to get this whole concepts, not only consumer behavior, production cost, everything. each and everything we are covering in detail. Understood? Chalo. Sir, this is it. Yeah, budget line, budget set. Now, I'm just giving the overview. I'm just giving the overview how the chapter is, and definitely going further, each every concept I will teach you in detail. But now the focus point is, yes, bacho, how the concept is, what is the chapter, what and all should we learn? ಏನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಏನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಏನಂತೀರಾ? Okay, and going further, definitely I'm here, no fear. Rio is here, no fear. Remember guys, 80 out of 80 you want, I'll make sure that you'll get it. Every single question that is going to appear for your board exams, I will be giving well before. I'll make you prepare. Just go and write it. So now, indifference curve. Again, the big question. What is the indifference curve? What is the indifference map? Guys, there are some situations where one should understand. Correct? One should understand the concepts. Then only we can say that yes, there is a curve is indifference. What is, first tell me, what is indifference? Tell me first, what is indifference? What do you mean by indifference? Nodi, indifference andre bacho, indifference andre there is a no difference. Correct? Andre, if you are spending on any of the two goods X and Y with different combination, say for example 10 and 8, right? 8 and okay, you can see 8 and 10. Similarly, you can say that something like that, right? 6 and you can say that, take some combinations here. One second. Okay, 10 and 2, right? 8 and 4, 6 and 6, right? 4 and 8. Assume that some combinations we have here. 2 is to, say for example 10. So guys, remember one thing. Here the consumer is spending his income on different combinations. Correct? And this combination is called budget line. Right? Budget line. This combination is equals to his income. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಎರಡು ವಸ್ತು ಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. That is equals to his income. ಒಂದು ಆದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮನಾಗಿದೆ. Agreed? Agreed? Now the question, does this combination gives equal satisfaction? If it is yes, indifference curve ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಏನಂತೀವಿ? Indifference curve ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ indifference curve ಅಂದ್ರೆ consumer is spending money or his income on different goods in different interval of time, and that satisfaction level is indifference. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? Indifference curve is 6 remedies to the shortcoming of the utility analysis. ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಅನಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿದಾವೆ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಲೂಪ್ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಶೋಸ್ ದ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ of the consumer without measuring the utility, without calculation, without measuring the utility, without doing any kind of cardinal numbers. We are going to find out indifference curve. That means yes, you are right, bacha. Indifference curve shows different combination of the two goods, correct, which consumer gets equal satisfaction. If you get a question, what is indifference curve? My dear student, indifference curve is nothing but different combination of two goods that gives equal satisfaction to the customer ಅಥವಾ consumer. Is that clear? Indifference curve ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ತನ್ನ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎರಡು ವಸ್ತು ಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಎರಡು ವಸ್ತು ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, that is equal ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, definitely we have a lot of problems and we have discussions in detail. And guys, upcoming exams ಗೆ ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. And I'll make sure that Sakshi, Prithvi and those who are joined, those who are watching the recorded classes, those who want to join in future, definitely guys, one of the best lectures ಆಗೋದಿದಾವೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಮೇಲೆ. You will never thought that ಈ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ, ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. And I'm guarantee you that you will not forget these lectures in your lifetime, right? So definitely let us explain this concept with the help of the so many examples. Definitely we are going to get that. So indifference curve ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? Understood bacha? Clear? Is that clear? Now indifference map. ಈಗ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. I'll take all the text, I'll explain so many things, but let me give the overview hint of the chapter. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಒಂದು ಹಿಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಈಗ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಈಗ ಗೈಸ್, I'll just give an example here, right? In the different situations, human being wants different goods. Agreed or not? Correct? Yes or no? Now the question is that if a consumer we have, correct, one stage he is having one more like he is having one indifference curve. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, that is he is having one more indifference curve, right? And sir, what exactly? ಏನಿದು guys? These are nothing but indifference curve, a group of indifference curve. What I can see is that ನಾ ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿ. ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಈಸ್, ಎಸ್, ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ. ಏನಿದು ಸರ್? ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇದೇನು? ನೋಡಿ ಬಚ್ಚೋ, ಈಗ ಇದು ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್. IC1, IC2, correct? IC2, IC3, IC4, correct? Indifference curve 4, indifference curve 5. So now assume that you are in school days. You are in, say for example, 5th standard. You need a cycle, you need a good bag, shoes, chocolate. That is one difference curve. Now after that you are going to college. Now you need some kind of bike, right? Your product, your divine demand, your product requirement is totally different. Like you need a cell phone, you need so many things. So similarly, if you grown up, you need a job, you need a marriage, you need a kid, you need a home. Similarly, if you grow up, you need a car, bungalow. So similarly, what happens? The group of curve which gives equal satisfaction in different indifference curve is called indifference map. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಬಚ್ಚೋ? ಬೇಗ 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 ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಚ್ಚೋ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂ ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ there is a family of indifference curve. IC1, IC2, IC3, IC4, IC5, correct? So all these indifference curve gives different level of satisfaction, and each indifference curve has a equal satisfaction. So group, हिंदी में बोलना अभी. Oh my God, हिंदी में बोलेगा बेटा, लेकिन अभी पहले मेरे को खत्म करने दे इसको. अभी यहाँ पर क्या होता है, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು nothing but a group of indifference curve. There are so many indifference curve. Indifference curve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct? So group of indifference curve is called indifference map, which gives equal satisfaction. Is that clear? Sakshi, Prithvi, समझ में आया बेटा? समझ में आया? ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಹಿಂದಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. ಪೃಥ್ವಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆನಮ್ಮ ಇದು? Next, we have something called utility. I'm just giving the overview. All right. I'm giving the overview here. Indifference curve analysis, indifference map. We have next concept of utility. Concept of utility. ಈಗ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಸಮೀರ್? ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? It is the amount of satisfaction which consumer derived from consumption of the goods. ಅಂದ್ರೆ my dear student, we need so many products in our life. ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? Now why we buy products? Why we buy the products? To consume, correct? Why we buy the product? To consume. All right. All right. So consumption make you to satisfy your wants because there is some wants. ನಮಗೆ wants ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹೌದಾ? There are so many wants we have. To satisfy this want, to satisfy this want, we need product, right? So any product, any goods, right? Any services, any goods or services which have what, which has bacha, which has power of satisfying your wants. Any product or goods which has power of satisfying your want is called utility. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ಈಗ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ವೈ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Say for example, assume that my dear student, after school or college you just came to home, right? What you need? You need food. You need food. So food is needed here. So want is food, correct? So this want required food. Once you eat this food, once you consume this food, your satisfaction is over. So this food has utility. That means this food had satisfying power of your commodity, right? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಚ್ಚೋ? ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಅನಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಅನಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಚ್ಚೋ, it is the amount of satisfaction of which consumer derives from consumption of the commodity. You can say that, or it can be also called want satisfying power of the goods. Want satisfying power of the goods. ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಮಾಡುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಂತೀವಿ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? Clear ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? But so definitely, I'll going further. I'll take so many examples, but I'm just giving the hint overview of the chapter now. Is that clear? Right? Okay, come back to the point. Initial utility, total utility, marginal utility. Okay, next, come back to the point. Initial utility. Assume that now, Sakshi, right? Okay, assume that you are in Coorg, all right, and there is a rainy season, and you are shivering. Shiver ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಯವ್ವಾ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಅಂತ. And your mom has given you a coffee, okay, a cup of coffee. Once you shiver, like while shivering, once you have a first sip of the coffee, you will say that yes, this is the one I was deliberately badly needed. Yes or no? Yes or no? Because coffee is something which is badly needed when there is a winter season and you are in a place where it's very cold. So once you sip, the utility you are going to get, right, that is called initial utility. First sip, that is initial utility. Clear? Clear? Now you have drank around 4 cup of the coffee, correct? 4 cup of the coffee. When you drink first cup of the coffee, you will get, say for example, 20 utility, right? After second, the utility may decrease. Say for example, this is a utility 1. Utility 2 is, say for example, my dear student, you can say that around say some reduce, it is utility reduce ಆಗಿದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ 18, you drank around third cup, that is 15, and fourth cup it reduced to 10. Now, so here you are getting the utility after consuming each cup of coffee. Again, total utility is nothing but बच्चों u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus u4. That means बच्चा 20 plus 18 plus 15 plus 10 all together nothing but बच्चा summation of all utility. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತದು? 30 30 40 50 50 63. tu is 63 ಆಯಿತು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಅಂಡರ್‌ಸ್ಟ್ಯೂಡ್? ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಚ್ಚಾ? ಬೇಗ 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 ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ದ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇರ್‌ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಓಕೆನಾ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್? ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ when you consume all these goods, the total satisfaction you are going to get is called totality. Whenever you are going to consume the each product, you'll get some kind of utility. That is your initial utility. Utility gained by consuming the first units of the commodity is called initial utility, right? Utility gained by consuming first units of commodity is called initial utility, whereas total utility is nothing but what? Utility gained by consuming all units of the given combination of this called total. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಬಚ್ಚೋ? ಬೇಗ 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 ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ. I want you to reply right now. Understood bacha Shakshi, Prithvi, and those who are watching on the YouTube, please start responding. Clear? Clear? Very easy, right? Next, guys, we have one more class after this at say for example 9:30 we have accounts. All right. In between I have a BCom classes for 6th semester. ಅವರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತಗೋತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ. ಈಗ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ whenever you consume additional units you'll get additional utility is called as marginal utility. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೋಣ. ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ 20, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು? ಎಸ್ 38 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ 18 ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? 43 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ 53 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ವೆನೆವರ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ, ದಟ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಬಚ್ಚೋ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಮಾರ್ಜಿನಲ್ ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆಲ್ರೈಟ್. ಈಗ ನಾಳೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಮಿನಿಷಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾ ಕಲಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕವರಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ quarterly exams. That we have 3 chapters, right? Chapter number 1, 2, 3, and now we started second chapter. Once we finish this production cost, after we'll come back to the first chapter. All right. Thank you so much for joining. I'll end the live session here. I know that 30 minutes agide, but from tomorrow I'll take 7:30 to 8 and 8:15. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, most welcome, bacha. Always. The class is just begun now. We have tons of problems, explanations, examples, and definitely, I bet you, bacha, you will love my live sessions, saying that this is the way we have to learn. All right. Thank you for joining Rio Academy. I really appreciate your effort. And now my job is to make sure that you are going to get out of it. All right. Thank you, bacha. Bye bye. Good night. And those who are watching on the YouTube, download the app Rio Academy, join IE classes ಗೆ, and guys get access for every sessions. Very interesting ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಔಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ? ರಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ನೋ ಫಿಯರ್. ಲೈಕ್, ಶೇರ್